Good afternoon, Chair, Mr. Sanjay Gupta, Anirban, Mr. Ashok, and everybody present here. I'm Narendra Kumar from ICRISAT's Delhi office, and I stand in for our Knowledge Systems and Innovations group and its leader, Dr. Dilip Kumar Guntuku, who had to be away from Delhi. He is away in the US for a meeting which came up quite suddenly. So I represent them in making this presentation on Krishi Gyan Sagar and Krishi Vani, two of our leading ICT for development initiatives, which are built through public-private partnerships. A little brief about ICRISAT. It is called the International Crop Research Institute for the semi-arid tropics. Our vision is to develop a prosperous, food secure and resilient dryland tropics. And we operate in South Asia quite substantially and in Africa quite extensively. This is a graphic of our vision. We now want to move from food deficit to surplus through inclusive market-oriented development. This is a brief of our knowledge sharing and innovation work. To start with, the impact of our two initiatives, Krishi Gyan Sagar and Krishi Vani, it's captured by these two experiences. The lady on the top who's saying that, look, they received timely information about rains and excessive rains in Adakkal village, and that helped her save her crop. Otherwise, she's saying here that, look, all our effort for the entire season would have just been wasted. The second lady at the bottom, she's saying that, look, we used to get advisories from input dealers, and now we're happy to get information which is more systematic from ICRISAT's Krishi Gyan Sagar, and with that our application of the information that we receive has increased quite substantially, and we've been able to save money, increase our yields, and so on and so forth. So these are two major impacts of these two initiatives. And this is how the initiatives really started off in 2002. They're about more than a decade old now. Started off in Adakkal Mandal of Andhra Pradesh when there was a major drought in 2002, like the kind of one which we perhaps are headed towards in this year. The government of Andhra Pradesh invited ICRISAT to come up with an ICT initiative to help the farmers. And then the first step that ICRISAT took up was to map the information flows, and this graphic captures the information flows that we captured at that time. Then we launched our initiative in 2004, which really started with making the women folk computer literate. We tried out various models in trying to launch this initiative, and we also catalog here some of the challenges that we faced during this stage. It's of course a very initial stage compared to where we are now. This was followed in about 2006 through a mobile-based texting system, which again was focused on Adakkal and focused on Andhra Pradesh quite substantially in about 21 revenue villages. This is where we started. We have been giving crop advisories in text format from 2006. Then we came with something called Agropedia, and through this we are providing services to about 10,000 farmers. And Agropedia is an all-encompassing encyclopedia service, and where we try to combine the traditional wisdom with the modern knowledge and provide all sorts of information such as extension material, crop calendars, knowledge models, and so on and so forth. And we have different mobile-based interactive systems for the farmers, expert to farmer, farmer to expert, and expert to expert systems are enabled in the Agropedia. Then recently, I would say in 2013, about a year ago, we came up with this Krishi Vani or the Green Sim initiative, through which we are providing mobile-based advisories to the farmers, and again, here we've recorded some of the impressions of the farmers who said that we've taken this advice much more favorably compared to the earlier advices which we were getting from the shopkeepers, and we've benefited tremendously from them. We have various experimental hubs in which this is being implemented. Right now, this is being implemented in 171 villages, benefiting about 40,000 farmers. ICRISAT being a research institution, we develop various models and see which model is really effective so that we can take it forward for upscaling. So it's trying out different models is again part of this initiative, the Krishi Vani. We have another initiative, a tablet-based initiative called the Krishi Gyansagar, which again is being tried out on a large scale in Karnataka, where we have a major initiative called Bhuchetana, which is to take the soil-based nutrient data, which fits in very well with the Government of India's current thinking of soil-based soil health cards. And we're doing this Bhuchetana project in all 30 districts of Karnataka, benefiting more than 2.5 million farmers already. And we are now porting our Krishi Gyansagar tablet-based information system to the Bhuchetana project, which is tremendously successful already, and enabling farmers to gain from the fruits of information and communication technology. So that's happening. Also, we're trying to develop a generation of entrepreneurs who would use this technology to continue to benefit farmers, therefore bringing in the private initiatives into play. Already a lot of these initiatives are developed through private partner support, but we are now taking it to the entrepreneurial stage where we would involve the village level youth in disseminating information. And these are some of the recognitions that ICRISAT has received through these initiatives. And this has been the impact that we've been able to achieve from people who were impoverished to information empowered farmers who have a relatively much higher degree of prosperity now. And this is one of the recent awards that we received in 2013 for our ICT work. Also shows the leader of our knowledge systems and innovation group, Dr. Dilip Kumar Guntuku. And these are our public and private partners. We extensively work with various partners, and we look forward to continue to work with various public and private sector partners. So this in brief is what I had to say, and ICRISAT is moving forward with ICT enabling the farmers and helping to move them forward on the path of prosperity. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Short and sweet, and very graphical presentation. See, the lot that is happening. In fact, the reason, despite the parliament session, I've stayed back here, I want to see so many things which are happening, and particularly when we are going to roll out these handheld devices in very large numbers in every nook and corner of the country. So what Anirban just suggested to me, and I think I'll go wholly by it, that we should at least half a day, one day workshop where we don't have to rush through these presentations, and ministry pilots it, and we go through the details of what you're doing and what all can be replicated. So there can be both kinds of participants there who want to do it on a commercial basis, and there are those who think that the idea, I mean, of course, we can't really take away anybody's software without IPR infringements. So what we'll do is that we'll have this discussion. For example, these tablet PCs you're talking about, these will be there in the villages with the extension workers, but sometimes the connectivity is not there. So what is the static content that can be loaded on the thing? When it comes back to a net connected area, then the content gets updated. So I think we'll have some discussion so that these 20,000 odd or maybe more, and for 20,000 is what we have budgeted for, and we budgeted for some good amount, and I think I can buy something like 30,000 tablets within that. So if these tablets go there, these don't remain playing for some computer games. This content, so I think very shortly we'll have this workshop, and we'll go through each of these applications and see what you would like to come on board with for your namesake. What is it that's something on which you will be particular about the pricing, and something which can just be replicated. Thank you so much. The next one you can